I'll follow you way down wherever you may go. Follow you way down to your deepest low. Always be around wherever life takes you.
Sawadika Metzter, it's
Sawadee Krab
Amory.
Metzter. I'm Jeremy
Hey,
Zucker.
Metzter, it's Lucas
It's Martin
Graham.
Garrix here, and you're listening to Met 107.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're gonna go around the room in a bit. Everyone's gonna get like a chance to introduce themselves and then ask a question. But right now, though, we just listened to two of your latest tracks, Cutthroat, which is pretty hardcore, can I just say? It might just be my new alarm right now. What was the inspiration behind that song?
Yeah, Cutthroat is I think of it as a exorcism of self-pity. It's really not about, being angry towards anyone but myself. The idea of it is, I just believe that I've been given so much. I have I have 3 beautiful children, 4 beautiful children now. We just had a little boy, and I don't know. I've spent a lot of my life, saying "woe is me" for reasons that are not real. So for Cutthroat, I really tried to. I don't know. It just felt like an exorcism of self is the only way I could explain it, and so that's the core meaning behind it.
Yeah, just scream it out, right? Just scream it out. And what about Follow You? That sounds like you could swing both ways. Like, is it a promise or like a warning?
Well, Follow You, yeah, that's a good question. I've never thought of it as a warning, I guess, but it's really a love song, which is not typical for Imagine Dragons. I usually don't write many love songs, so I just feel like it's very redundant or trite and has been said so many times in so many different ways. But my wife and I of 7 years went through a separation. We were actually going to get divorced, and it really came from just traveling nonstop. I was chasing my dreams and career, but I was also trying to be a dad and trying to be a good husband, and juggling it all was really difficult for me. And, we just got to this point where we kind of lost the vision of why we were together in the first place. Life was so chaotic, and yeah, it took me going away for 7 months. I was in the middle of the Evolve tour, and we didn't talk for 7 months. And then I came home, and we sat at a table to sign the divorce papers. And I kind of just, there's a little more to this story, but I'm trying to give you kind of the short version of it. But she sent me this really beautiful text message. It was the first time we had talked in 7 months, right before the meeting. And it just kind of changed the way I saw everything. So I stood up and at first I said to her, like, why are we here? Like, do we really want to do this? And she laughed kind of, which we had cried a lot for 7 months. So I think it was exhaustion almost. And then we just stood up and left. And the lawyers in the room were like crazy musicians, but we went to lunch together, and we just fell in love all over again, and started dating and taking it a step at a time. And then I re-proposed to her, even though we never got divorced in the first place. And then we had another baby.
That's awesome.
Now he's 18 months old, and his name is Valentine. And so this song, I wrote this right after we got back together. So years ago. I've been writing this record for about 3 years. And it's about loyalty. It's about love. It's about kind of, and really for me, it's not more. I think there's just a lot of beauty that can come from a relationship that goes for a long time, and not even just marriage, but it's even like I wanted to capture that feeling of when you love someone. Maybe it's your friend who you've had for 20 years. There's nothing more rewarding than that loyalty that comes over time. And I've had the same friend since I was a little kid. Like 2 friends my whole life, and I'm just a creature of habit. Sorry for the super long answer, but that is
No, that was really very heartfelt, and thanks so much for sharing that. That was very vulnerable. I love that, and I need to see that text message that changed everything.
It's one of those text messages that kind of you just keep.
We need a template. The way to get someone back. Anyway, what time is it? Where are you now?
I'm in my hometown of Las Vegas. Actually, this is where I do all my recording. I recorded Follow You on this mic sitting right here.
What time is it now?
It's 7:10 or something. Yeah, 7:07. What
Okay,
time?
cool. We're good.
At night, 7:07 p.m. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Now we're going to do the rounds. We've got a lot of, media journalists from around Asia who want to speak to you. We're going to start with a radio station from Singapore, 987 FM. Who's taking that question?
Hi,
Please.
I'm Natasha. Thanks so much for joining us. It's such an honor. And like what Roz mentioned, I just love how vulnerable you are. And I really love the relationship that you got with your kids, all four of them. And seeing how you are with them on your Instagram, it's basically their Instagram. They've kind of like taken over. But it's awesome to see how involved you are as a parent. Are they in any way involved in your songwriting process? Have they heard any of your songs? Do you let them listen to it?
I do, yeah. They hear everything, probably more than they like. Every time I write a new song, I'll play it for my wife, and then in turn, the ones that we like the most, we'll end up playing in the house to kind of see what we get sick of and what kind of stands the test of time. Even for this record, I wrote over 200 demos, probably over 300. I write nonstop, and I've done it since I was 12 years old. It's like my journal entry. I wasn't even, when I was 12, I wasn't writing it for anyone to hear by myself, but it was very cathartic for me. And then I would just share it with my family growing up. And so I've just continued to do that, and it's kind of my way to express myself to those that I love and share something that's important to me. And so they all hear it. In fact, I wrote a song. I can't. I don't. It's not on this record. I don't think so. But it's with my daughter singing. So
No, it should be on the record.
A part of me is just like, they're so. I want her to get a little older and decide for herself.
That's sweet.
I mean, she's 8 and she loves music, but I'm just like, are you sure? I don't know.
You gotta release like a deluxe track or like a B-side to the album.
We'll put it out at some point for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Thank you so much, Natasha, for that question. All right, we're going to move on to GMA News from Philippines. Take it away.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, how are you?
Am I coming out? Yeah, good. I'm good. How about you? Anyway, I'll dive right into the question. Okay. Every kid I know knows Believer and Thunder by heart. Even my 8-year-old godson, Ambi, sings it all day, every day. And, on Spotify alone, it's 2 billion, I guess, in streaming. And, my question is, do you have them in mind when you write songs?
My children?
8-year-olds who
8-year-olds.
listen to your song every day?
This is a really interesting question. I've thought about this quite a bit. There definitely is a thing with Imagine Dragons and like kids liking Imagine Dragons music quite a bit. At our shows, it'll be like whole families coming to our shows all the time. And I'll have parents tell me this all the time. Like, my kid won't make me stop playing these songs. I've wondered about this quite a bit. I have a thought on this. My first instrument was I played piano for 10 years, from 6 to 16. And my mom was very into the classics like Mozart and Bach and all these, Chopin. And so I had to learn all these pieces, and then I'd play recitals and, that just was really into classical piano. And I think because I did it at such a long age for so long that subconsciously I write melodically from a very, like intervals and in a kind of a classical way. Even Follow You, like the intervals of the melody are, I'll follow you way down wherever you may go. Follow you way down to your deepest low. Always be around wherever life takes you. So it's kind of this movement that's like dum da 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 ba da 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 da, which is very present in a lot of classical writing. I don't do this purposefully. I don't sit down and I'm like, let me write a song that has classical intervals and melodic intervals. But I think because I wrote so much like that it's these melodies that are quite universal in some way. And I think kids always like classical music. I don't know. I don't know if it's that. I don't know. I don't have a really good answer for it. I have no idea. I don't keep it in mind. I'm not writing music like, let me write music for 8-year-olds, you know, but I love it. I think it's incredible, you know, and seeing families at shows makes me super stoked on it for sure. I mean, you know, anybody who it resonates with, it's awesome to me.
Thanks, Dan. And thanks for
Thank
the
you
question,
very much.
Nelson.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, they say that, you know, kids' videos on YouTube get the highest views. So that could be something you can branch off into. All right, we're going to move on to Malaysia right now. Mix FM, I believe.
Hi, yeah, Ashley from Mix. Hey, Dan, how are you doing?
Trying to find you. I'm so sorry.
I'm here.
Wave.
Oh, maybe you're on the Twitch. Maybe do like this or something.
I'm waving.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there you go.
I think you need to flip to see the other part of the
We're far away from the camera, so I can.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Fine.
All good. Hi, thanks so much for being here with us this morning. It's so cool to be able to chat with you. Loving the new songs. Can't wait to hear the new record. Do we have any inkling of when we'll be able to hear it? Do we have to wait too long? Is everything kind of already set?
Yeah.
One question, Ashley.
I'm sorry. Okay. When can we get this new record?
So I can tell you that the record is complete. It's finished, and it's being mixed currently. So soon.
Nice.
I told you the date. My manager would kill me, but
I know.
Very soon. Very soon.
But it's done. It's finished. We're just waiting.
It's done. Yeah, my hands are clean.
Good to know. Thanks so much, Dan.
Of course. Thank you.
Sorry, I have to be the gatekeeper here. We have so many people to go through, just not enough time. So sorry in advance. Now we're going to move on to Thailand. Met 107's got a question for you, Dan.
Okay, that's gonna be me. Hello, Dan. I'm DJ Barge from Met 107. All right. Okay, you have talked about the Follow You, but you also released another one that's Cutthroat, which is quite interesting arrangement. Can you tell us about this one too as well?
Yeah, Cutthroat is one of the heaviest songs on the record. So as I can see with many of you, have the background of the eye open and the eye closed, and that signifies the two parts of the record. So it's kind of like a two-sided record. It's one record, but it's kind of like a cassette, you know, that has an A and a B side. And half of the record is about looking outward, and thus the eye open, and observing others, observing the world, and my thoughts on those things. And Follow You is on that side of the record. It's about love. It's about looking outward. And that part of the record is very put together. It's celebratory. It's bright. It's happy. A lot of it is quite positive and happy. And I've been in a really great, healthy place for the last couple of years. And so that's been, it's hopefully represented on that bright side. And then the eye closed is representing the other part of the record, which Cutthroat is on that side. And it's pretty evenly split. We have songs that go down both. And that side of the record is very chaotic, very heavy, a little more angsty. I've since I was at the age of 12, I think 13 is when I went in and started to see a therapist and had been diagnosed with depression and bipolar and a lot of those different things. And because of that, music is very cathartic for me, but it also, I don't always want to create a song that's, you know, when I'm in a happy place, or it's like, people who are close to me know that I have high highs and low lows. This is how I've always been. And so that side of the record is very heavy. And I wrote those songs when I wasn't in a very good place, most of them. But I think that's important to share with people too, you know? So yeah, there's two sides to the record, and Cutthroat is on that side. And it's a, like I said, it's an exorcism of self-pity, trying to rid myself of self-loathing.
I love it. I love the song. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to Indonesia. We're like now at our fifth question. Indonesia, Prambos, take it away.
Okay, I'm on. Hey, Dan. Congrats on the newest single. Oh, songs, I mean, there's two of them. Well, my question is, I don't know how you feel about this, but your songs has been featured on a lot of sports video games. And it's been accompanying me since, I don't know, 2012 or 2013. Is that your kind of aim when you make music to be featured on like sports video games, and is it a big part of your life, video games and sports?
So it's not an aim, you know. I'm usually just I'm creating music that I love. That I'm, you know, that's kind of my aim always, is to create music that I love, that I want to share with people. But I absolutely love that it gets especially with video games. I mean, video games were I was not very athletic, so video games were wonderful for me. You know, I meet people all the time and they're like, "So you play basketball or football or something?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm tall. I know I'm tall, but I'm not very into athletics." And so yeah, I think I mean, it's awesome. I want to reach as many people as possible. If there's something that wants to use our music that is something I agree with, that's not against my morality or my values, I've always been about creating real music. I've never understood when artists don't want to share their music with something that isn't against their core value. I think the beauty of art is bringing mediums together that increase each other, you know, that make visuals more stimulating, that make you feel something deeper because you see the music with it. Obviously, if it's something that I've said no to plenty of things that I don't agree with, and I don't want my music to be part of. But typically sports, I think it's great. I look at it and I'm like, wow, I wish I could do those things, but I was always the last picked and I was never good at any of those things. And it was the worst because I was tall. So people were like, oh, he's probably going to be good, so let's pick him first. And I'm like, hey, little do you know.
Little do you know, I'm gonna upset you. Okay.
Let's go play video game stuff. I'm definitely.
Hey, let's go just play some music. Okay.
I can tell you one last cool thing, which is that I've been making a computer game for over a year now. I started taking a course on coding and Unity, and have been working on a game very seriously with a team of people for over a year. I haven't actually told anybody that, but I'm so excited about it because it's really coming together, and I should be done with it hopefully within the next year. So, but designing everything from the ground up, and all the artwork and all the music and different things like that. My manager would probably kill me for talking about this right now, but
You're risking your lives for us, Dan.
My manager's also my brother, so it's kind of like it'll be okay.
All right, thank you very much. I hope to hear your music on future sports video games, from 2K to Madden to maybe your own video game. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ralphie, for that.
Anytime.
That was amazing. Now we're going to move over to Vietnam from Zing News. Wave, who are you?
Hey,
Take it away.
Hi.
Sorry.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I'm Jamie from the News of Vietnam. So I have some questions for you. But first, I really love your new songs. I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
So I want to ask you that as an artist, I always have a good spot on the music chart whenever releasing music video or new track. Do you under any pressures like the coming up song that have to be good to be more successful than the previous one, or the new album has to sell better than the previous one?
You know, I really haven't. I don't know why. I think maybe a part of my brain is broken. I should feel pressure for sure. We've, you know, gone to places that I would have never dreamed as a kid. If you would have told me that I'd be, you know, performing around the world to millions of people and that millions of people would be streaming our songs or whatever, I would never, I wouldn't have believed you, to be honest. But yeah, I really don't measure my success in that. I think that's, you know, for me, I measure my success as, am I creating something I love that is authentic for me and is honest? Am I sharing it with people that I love? Am I able to share it and sing it with them, you know, I guess around the world? And, you know, I'm as happy, I feel as less pressure right now as I did when I was 12 years old and I was making a song and showing it to my dad. I guess the same amount of pressure that I hope my dad likes it, you know, and sometimes he didn't, and it was okay. And I'd be like, wow, I want to make more music. I liked that one though, you know, or something. But yeah, I really don't feel pressure like that. I don't know. Yeah, I have all I could ever want, as long, you know, being able to take care of my family was all I ever wanted, was to be able to provide for my family, my kids, and do what I love, which is music. And after that, it's all. I'm not a very monetary focused person. I'm yeah.
Thank you. All right, next we're gonna come back to Singapore. Our national newspaper, the Straits Times, please take it away. Where are you? All right, Eddie.
Hey Dan, thanks
How
for
are you?
doing this with us.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So one thing I wanted you to talk about, please, is the music video for "Follow You." It's awesome. And what was it like to poke fun at yourselves in that way?
It was very enjoyable. I probably had more fun doing that music video than any video we've ever done. I typically don't love shooting music videos because you kind of have to sing a song over and over and over, and you're not even really performing it. So you're kind of dancing like a monkey to it. And you're like, it's just like, I typically don't like shooting music videos, but this one was so fun because first, I mean, so my wife came up with the idea for this movie.
Wow.
We woke up one day and she was like, okay, I have this idea. What if there's a couple that goes to Imagine Dragons show and the wife is a big fan, but the husband doesn't like the band? And
She
what
liked
would
the
that
kids.
Yeah, and I was like, this is a genius idea. So then we thought, well, who would be amazing? And I thought, well, we really don't watch a lot of TV, but the one show that I love is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's one of my favorite shows. And we thought, well, what, in a dream scenario, what if we got Rob and Caitlin from Always Sunny? And we reached out and they were like, yeah, we're fans of the band. We'd love to do this. So it just came together so serendipitously. And I just had such a good time doing it. They are so funny. And yeah, I think life, it's important in life to, I think, self-deprecate a little bit is healthy for everybody.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. Now we're gonna move on to Philippines, to Mix. Take it away.
Hi, Dan. I'm Sam from Mix. Nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. But after hearing you talk today, I'm really curious because you've been talking a lot about music, the new record, and even the game that you're working on. So it really seems like you're really keeping that creative spark alive. So I was curious, what's your secret to that, especially with everything going on in the world? How do you stay creative despite everything?
I think you just serve someone a good old serving of depression. And it drives me. For me, I've really found since I was young, nothing makes me feel better than creating something that doesn't exist and putting pieces together and building something, whether it was like Legos when I was young, it was like something that I could focus on, something that I can say how I'm feeling and express myself.
Mm-hmm.
And creating a soundscape, it just is it's my favorite thing. It was like, you don't create 300 songs for a record unless you just love creating songs. Like nobody needs 300 Imagine Dragons songs. And since I could just, on my computer, I have thousands of these demos, thousands, literally, because I've been doing it since I was 12. So for me, it's like, I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Well, we thank you for loving creating.
By the way, what was your question? I totally forgot it. I'm so sorry.
What's your secret to, stay creative? Yeah.
It's really cathartic for me is the answer. I don't have any secret. It's just don't put rules on yourself,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
I think that's what sets us apart, right? Like, I mean, when we get depressed, we just smash things. And when a musician gets depressed or an artist gets depressed, art is created. well done.
Smash things and create at the same time.
Yeah, turn your depression into creativity. All right, we're going to move on to Malaysia. Hits FM has got a question for you.
I'm a bad liar. Bad liar. Okay, my rendition is horrible, but I am speaking to the vocalist of Imagine Dragons. I've got Dan Reynolds here. Hi, Dan.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
I just got to apologize to you real quick for that just now. I ruined your song.
Someone has ruined it more than that, I promise.
Thank goodness, I feel so relieved now. But Dan, I remember when it was between 2019 till this year, we didn't hear any new songs from Imagine Dragons, right? You guys took a break, right? Was that something that you would say was much necessary, especially for all the musicians out there who feel like they're just so burnt out, the juice is not really flowing? Would you say that, yes, a break is much needed?
I mean, creatively, like I said, I always write because it's just part of my happiness factor of life. It keeps me healthy mentally. However, I absolutely needed a break. Go back 3 years ago. I remember I was going on, I can't remember where I was, but there was like 100,000 people at a festival that we were headlining, and I was going out to perform, and I felt completely numb. And I thought, I don't really want to do this. And I thought, wow, this isn't so selfish. There are so many kids that dream of doing exactly what I'm doing right now. And look at yourself. And it came from 10 years of just doing it nonstop, hundreds of shows a year. And I just was so burnt out. I had lost track of who I was. I didn't know in my mind who I was. I was, losing my marriage. I was losing my family. I was losing everything that was most important to me. And so then I called my manager and I said, okay, I'm done. I'm done for, I need to really find myself again. And that's what I've been doing for these last 3 years, is kind of just putting the pieces back together and finding out who Dan is. I had completely lost track of who I was. I knew who I was on a stage. I didn't know who I was off a stage. So I've just been working on finding that.
Burnout is real, guys. Thank you so much, Dan, for sharing that.
Of course. Oh, I think you're muted.
Unmute. Okay, we've got 7 more questions from 7 media around Asia, and about 15 minutes. So we're gonna have to keep this exchange per media to about 2 minutes so that everyone gets a chance. Okay, we're gonna move on to Bear Thai from Thailand. Please take it away. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. Thailand. Okay, we're gonna route back to that. Now we're gonna go to Indonesia. Jukes, Indonesia. You got a question for Dan?
Oh yeah, hi Dan.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. First of all, congratulations for your comeback song. We were really glad that we finally can hear your song again after 2018. And then, so the question is, how do the rest of the band support you in your hard times?
That's a good question. They probably know the answer better than me. They've been fantastic. They have been brothers to me and so supportive through ups and downs. And like I said, I'm not like the easiest person to be friends with because I'm just high highs and low lows, but they've been so patient with me throughout the years and loving and kind. We actually even did band therapy a year and a half ago, where we actually had 2 band therapists. I didn't even know that existed, by the way. They just literally, they're like, we're band experts, and they came to our band studio and we sat down with them for a series of days and like had group therapy together, and like we really resolved a lot of issues. So yeah, it was really helpful. And how did they do it? I mean, they just, I don't know, you'd have to ask them. They're very patient guys. They're very loving, kind, wonderful people. And I feel so lucky to be in a band with them. I really do.
Okay. Hopefully you guys feeling better after that.
We're doing good. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now from Jukes as well, but Malaysia. Please take it away.
Hi, Dan. So Nas here from Jukes Malaysia, and gotta say I'm a huge fan. I had your album back in the day. I had Night Visions in my car. I played it over and over again. And for me as a big fan, I know that your music has a lot of variety, but as Imagine Dragons became more and more popular, we know that there are people who only know you on the surface level, right? To them, Imagine Dragons is a pretty stereotypical rock pop band. And for me, I get kind of angry when I hear that. How do you handle the critics that say Imagine Dragons is your run-of-the-mill band and they don't hear to the hidden gems? Like back in Night Visions, I hear songs that I love, or like Smoke and Mirrors, where we get Hopeless Opus and the rest, even in Evolve. How do you deal with the haters who say Imagine Dragons is nothing special because you're well known?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes with the territory. As I get older, I feel like I don't know. I just care less. I really don't care. It's like I can appreciate that. I think when you get to a large enough level of success, that more people are going to hear your music, and with more people hearing your music, there's going to be more people who don't like what they hear, and more people who. It just comes with kind of the territory. That being said, I do think that we're very diverse. So I agree with you in that. And yeah, I think to be honest with you, I feel like there's a lot of bands that do one thing and they do it really well. And I really wish that that was the case for us, to be honest with you. It would be an easy life for me to just create, you know, all the same song over and over. But it's just not interesting to me. It doesn't keep me excited. I don't want to play that on stage every night like that. So I will tell you, this record is absolutely our most diverse record. It's the reason we brought in Rick Rubin, was to, for better or for worse, to push us into uncomfortable places. But you know, at the end of the day, I write my own music. I write every word. I write every melody. I also think that you know, I just try to be honest in everything I do. And if you're honest about what you do in life, you really find a confidence in that. I think that if I was trying to be something other than myself, that it would actually hurt me. I feel like it would hurt me a lot more than it does. But yeah, I just kind of tuned it out over the years, and I love this band. I believe in every single thing I've written, every word. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. Love to hear it, and can't wait to hear more of the songs.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, we're gonna route back to Bear Thai. Is Jetty online now? Yoo-hoo.
Hi.
Yay.
Hi.
Hello, Dan. I'm Jerry from Head Bangkok. I only one question to you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So my question is, a lot of bands in the world pick up Imagine Dragon song for cover in different styles. Like our last night pick a radioactive cover in a metal style. How do you feel about it, Dan?
I love it. I have my manager every time that someone does something where they cover the band in a way that he enjoys, he sends it to me. So I listen to them all the time. I absolutely love it. I think it's sometimes it makes me emotional. I mean, I'm to be honest with you, I'm a very emotional person, so I can cry. Like, I'll watch like The Little Mermaid with my kids and like start crying or something. But yeah, seeing how far it transcends the world, our music, and ages and cultures and language barriers, it's so inspiring to me. It gives me the deepest sense of gratitude, and it makes the world feel very small in a great way. That just makes me feel like I'm a part of something. So I love it. It really, I do.
Okay, thank you for your answer so much.
Thank you.
I have gotten things a bit mixed up. Actually, the journalist from Bear Thai in Thailand is Sukit. I think his mic was off just now. Sukit, are you here with us? Do you want to take the next question? Sukit. Is he here? I don't see you. I'm gonna have to move on if you're not here. Oh dear, I think they have some connection issues. So we're gonna move on to Singapore. Barita Harian has a question for you then.
Hi, Dan.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you for the beautiful music. Yeah. My question is, who is your source of influence in music making, impacted on the kind of music that Imagine Dragon does? Yeah.
My influences. I would say Harry Nelson, Paul Simon, Cat Stevens, Billy Joel, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Tupac, Dre, Biggie. Who else? Tina Turner. I probably listen to Graceland by Paul Simon more than anything in the whole world. I listen to that record almost every week. I love the melodic, beautiful melodic and lyrical value of him. And he's so direct, but he's also so poetic, and he's so free with his words. And yeah, those are some. I basically listened to singer-songwriters and hip hop. 90s, a ton of 90s hip hop, a ton of Tupac, a ton of Biggie. And a little bit of grunge rock. Like, it's so funny because people are like, "You're a rock band, Imagine Dragons rock band." I'm like, "Sure, okay, yeah, we'll be a rock band. I don't really care, whatever you want to call us." But I didn't listen to a whole lot of rock. I listened to Nirvana. I loved grunge rock. I loved Nirvana and Pearl Jam. I was not a big classic rock guy. I just wasn't raised on it. I'm not like the guy who knows all of the classic rock stuff. It's not really my thing that much. So, yeah. So yeah, that's it. Those are my primary influences, I'd say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yay. Pearl Jam's my favorite band also. Okay, we do have like a question from Magic 89.9 in Philippines. They're having some connection issues, so I'm going to ask a question on their behalf. What is the inspiration behind the evolution of the sound of Imagine Dragons from what it was during the It's Time days to what Follow You is?
Follow You is really inspired by the Beach Boys. I liked the harmonic value of, I loved Pet Sounds. And so, yeah, there's a lot of Beach Boys influences in there. But as far as how we've evolved throughout the years, I don't really know. I'd have to leave that to the critics to know. I'm in the eye of the tornado, so I have no idea. I'm just like, every year that passes, I'm making stuff that I like, and that changes. I wouldn't write Radioactive today. I love Radioactive. I'm proud of it, but I wouldn't write that today. It's not where I am. It's not what I'm looking at. That's exciting to me. I like to explore places that are really uncomfortable. My favorite thing in the whole world is to just play music for someone who has a real reaction to it. I either want someone to hate the song or I want them to love it. The middle ground is not of interest to me. I'm especially on our 5th album, I'm trying to explore places for me that are uncomfortable. Cutthroat is a very angsty song. It's very anxiety ridden. And I love that about it. And there's going to be some people who listen to Cutthroat and hate it. And there's going to be some people who listen to Cutthroat and it's their favorite Imagine Dragons song. It's just going to happen. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I will say this record, the one thing I'd say for our fans is really prepare for a lot of challenges. We're definitely going places on this record that I think Follow You is probably the most down the middle track on the entire record. And I love it. It was for my wife. It was supposed to be like a gift to her. You know what I mean? It's like packaged and you put the ribbon on it and you tie it up and but Rick, the reason that we brought Rick Rubin in on this record is because I wanted to be a little more uncomfortable than that. So for better or worse, I don't know, people might love the record, they might hate the record. I have no idea. I love this record. It's my favorite record we've done. And yeah, I'm excited to get it out there.
Thank you very much for that question. Okay, now we're down to the last question. I think the journalist from Bear Thai is having problems with connection as well. This is from Thailand. I'm going to wrap up with this question, okay? What can we expect from the upcoming Imagine Dragons music catalog?
I would just say expect the unexpected. We typically self-produced throughout all these years, and this is a record where I took 3 years off. I went through dramatic life changes. I went through a separation with my wife. I had a new baby. I had a spiritual awakening and explored ayahuasca, which really changed my life. And that's for another day, for a long conversation. But it really changed my life and really helped with my depression in a serious way. I think there should be more studies on that. I don't know. I feel like it's something that's unexplored territory. I know that there's some small studies on that, but anyway, I digress. So I just went through a lot of life changes. So I hope the music's going to reflect that. And, our fans have gotten older with us. We're over 10 years as a band. And so as they grow, we want to grow with them. The last thing I want to do is give them the same things that we would have given them 10 years ago. I think that would not be fair to them. It wouldn't be fair to us. So this record is it goes a lot of different places. Yeah.
Into the wild of your head and heart. Thank you so much, Dan. I think I can speak for all of us. Thank you so much for digressing. It's very beautiful what you've shared, very honest, vulnerable, and we can't wait to hear your album when it's released, when you feel like it.
It'll be there soon. And I
Yeah.
appreciate all the questions, and I appreciate all the support and love. And thank you guys. Thank you truly for supporting us and for being here. Thank you all.
Thank you. We're gonna let you go. Yay!
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Take care, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Ross.
Bye.